and I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. There's some movement. There's been a response from the,
Oh my God.
there's been a response from the opposition, but yes, I'm sorry, from Hamas.
Yeah.
But it
Hamas.
seems to
Yeah.
be a little over the top. We're not sure where it is. There's a continuing negotiation.
All right. So I came back to this with Biden there because that was him yesterday forgetting the name of Hamas, or yesterday, the day before. I can't remember what. I think might have been the day before yesterday. I had this yesterday to play. Welcome back to another Dumb Show, by the way. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining us on issue number 177. Quickly, Angelina asked, did Dan make this? I love it. That's referring to the rejoin that just played. No, that is from almost all the rejoins. Well, let's see. The break music, if you're referring to the break music, that was Dan the Sound Man, who was on ADS 1.0. But that you just heard, the music that came when we came back from break, it's called a rejoin. I guess that's at least what I've been taught that we call it, because we're rejoining after break. That is a band called Tiger Blood Jewel. It's a silly name, but all those beats that we come back to are all from them, Tiger Blood Jewel. But anyway, so there you go. Somebody who could use some tiger blood. There's some of the what is that? Charlie Sheen juice, tiger blood. Is Joe Biden. That dude could definitely use some tiger blood. So we're heading into election season. Everything's starting to really ramp up at this point. Today there was the report came out, the findings, whether or not Joe Biden was going to be charged with if he was going to face criminal charges for having classified documents in his garage in Delaware. Can't make this shit up. There were no criminal charges today being filed against Joe Biden even though he willingly retained and disclosed classified info. Like literally, I was saying this dope had classified information, like stuff about Afghanistan and all this other stuff. 50 years worth of documents basically, because this guy's been in politics for 50 years. We've been stealing documents for the whole time. He just had these literally lying around in his fucking garage, just in boxes, just sitting in his garage. So he's not going to face any criminal charges for that, which is fucking weird, to be quite honest with you. I do think that is very weird, even though he willingly cooperated and I guess didn't fight back like Trump did and everything. Very shady that he's not going to face any kind of charges for that. But he is going to face, as they say, the court of public opinion. This guy's not fit for office at this point, right? I mean, based on this, wait till you hear what came out in this report today. So the guy who was in charge of determining whether or not Biden should face charges is a special counsel. His name is Robert Hur. So he suggested one of the reasons why they shouldn't have criminal charges against Biden is because he suggested that jurors would not hold Biden liable for his actions on account of his perceived mental decline. So Hur goes on to say, at trial, Mr. Biden would likely present himself to a jury, as he did during our interview of him, as a sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. This is according to the report. Supposedly, when Biden sat down for questions with Hur's investigators on October 8th and 9th, he presented himself as confused on many points. Even though the White House has maintained that, he's fine. Nothing wrong with him. Perfectly fit for office. Got no issues. Despite all that, Biden, quote, did not remember when he was vice president, forgetting on the first day of the interview when his term ended. He said, if it was 2013, when did I stop being president? And he also forgot on the second day of the interview when his term began. saying, in 2009, am I still vice president? Um, he did not remember even within several years of when his son Bo died, which was actually in May of 2015. So he was off by several years of what year his son died. And then, supposedly his memory, there's some Afghanistan debate that Joe Biden, held so importantly, I guess, to him. He supposedly had hazy details about that. So I don't know enough about that to talk about that. But but again, just the little things like that. There's just more and more. We have somebody who is a part of the Department of Justice coming out at this point and saying that our current president is essentially unfit for office because he's an elderly old man with a bad memory. And so he's going to be, 82 if he were to win, which means by the time he's done with his term, he'll be 86, which is almost 90 fucking years old. Who the fuck can he relate to with that? Ugh, fucking ridiculous. I got to be honest with you. I'm starting to have zero intention of voting for this dude at this point. I just don't like that he's the only option we're even being given. It's almost like a point of the fact that there's just nobody. I know there's like this Dean Phillips dude running against him, and I just saw the lady who was running against him dropped out. But it's almost like I'm going to put my foot down and I'm not going to vote for any Democrat because you're only giving me one that I want nothing to do with. He sucks. He just sucks. And people say like he fixed the economy or whatever. How's the economy fixed? Is inflation plummeting? Everything is fucking super expensive. I was just talking the other day, or not talking. I was looking the other day when I first started getting my Starbucks drink that I don't get anymore because I can't fucking afford it. But when I would first get this drink that I used to get from Starbucks, it was this, and it was still expensive when I got it. So I don't want to hear about it. But it was, it used to be $5.50. That was like, I don't know, 4 years ago when I was getting that. It's $7.50 now. It's $2 more. And it's like what, like 30 some percent or more? I don't know if I do the math on that, but it's more than that. It's almost half. Over half, right? No, just under half. $2 more, $5.50. So just under, yeah, so like 30 some percent, right? So again, I'm no economy expert, nothing. But I got to tell you, I feel like when Trump was in office, I was doing better financially than I am doing now. Granted, well, no, because I make more money DoorDash and stuff than I did working on the show. And doing this, I actually made more money doing on the show, other than RMG Plus money. But so I don't know if it's situational or whatever, but I don't know. I just felt like when, and again, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a MAGA dude by any means. I lean left, but this whole thing is just starting to get a little shady. Like I find it a little strange that Biden's not going to face any charges right now. But in fact, here's our old Trump. He came out today. And he actually had a comment about this. He posted on Truth Social right after the ruling came down on Biden. Here is what Trump had to say. This is from Truth Social, a statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States. He said, "This is now, where we go? This is now proven to be a two-tiered system of justice and unconstitutional selective prosecution. The Biden documents case is 100 times different and more severe than mine. I did nothing wrong, and I cooperated far more. What Biden did is outrageously criminal. He had 50 years of documents, 50 times more than I had, and, quote, willfully retained them. I was covered by the Presidential Records Act. Secret Service was always around, and GSA delivered the documents. Deranged Jack Smith should drop this case immediately. Election interference." No, dude, you did the same thing as him. So how is it election interference? Oh, because I guess they're going to prosecute you, but not him. Oh, you've not been prosecuted yet. They just want you just want him to drop the case now, just outright. You not remember you had him? Didn't you have him hiding in your bathroom, dude? He had records sitting in your bathroom at Mar-a-Lago, and didn't you have people try to flush him allegedly? Wasn't that what the? So I don't think he cooperated. Secret ADS Mod is asking me, did I see the stuff about Trump?
It's another dumb show.
All right. Hello. Welcome to Another Dumb Show. I'm Another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me on issue number, what are we on? 178. So happy to have you guys all with me. I appreciate it so much. Sorry we're late tonight. If you guys noticed, the start of the show is a little different than usual. Usually when the show starts, we do the show intro, we do the recap thing, and then the show intro plays. And then it goes over to camera 2 where Darla Beans is. So this is camera 1, then there's camera 2 where it usually, show opens, it cuts to the shot of the couch with Bean Arena sitting there, and my dog, Darla. But guess what happened when I was broke down the studio the other night? Broke down the studio. So the way this works, I'm in my living room here, the way it's set up. So I have this desk that I sit in front of that has my monitors on it and my microphones, my computer. It's basically just kind of like a moving little studio. And I just have a camera on there for me and then a camera that points at the couch. So when I'm not live during the weekends, when I'm not, and sometimes even during the week, I set it up before the show. And on the weekends, I always tear it down. I move the desk back into the corner. I break down the camera so it's an actual living room, so you can walk through. Because it's quite cluttered, frankly, when the studio's set up. It's not really a living room; it becomes a studio. And when I was moving the desk and camera 2, I usually take camera 2. It's on a little tripod. I close up the tripod. I stand it on the desk, and I slide it over into the corner. As I was doing that, somehow camera 2 decided to tilt and fall. And what I thought was just a broken screw, like it broke a screw off, because off of the, it's a little mount that this camera goes on. I'm getting a little technical. Anyway, I thought it just broke like the mount off. So I was just going to have to get super glue this mount back on. I'd be fine. Forgot the super glue, was just going to wing it today. I figured out a way to just kind of set it on the tripod. It still stood. Fired up the whole system. Camera 2 no longer works. So I broke a $200 camera just by moving it. So I'm really fucking mad at myself right now. It was really fucking stupid of me to do that. So I will give a big thank you to Brap for his superfan donation. He says, been clutching pearls since Friday. Hands are sore. Boy, I really got under your guys' skin with that pearl clutching thing there, didn't I? I saw another person made a comment about it. Tessa, she changed hers to saying she's the queen of the pearl clutching. So I see I've gotten under your skin, guys. I see. Anyway, welcome. So happy to have you guys all here. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That is the number to call if you'd like to call into the show. Don't forget, you can always follow the show on Instagram and X at Another Dumb Show is the way to follow us. And I always, I mention this, sometimes I forget, I don't know, I'm trying to remember every day now. If you do not want to watch the show and you prefer to download it as an audio-only podcast, say you're driving around like I do during the day now, it would be, your phone goes in, well, I think if you watch on YouTube, it doesn't go in car mode, like my Spotify goes into car mode, so I can't watch any videos. But like when I'm listening to a podcast there. But when I go on YouTube Music, like if you're going to watch another dumb show, it would work in your car. I wouldn't recommend that. Not safe to do. So having said that, you want to download it as an audio-only podcast, you can do that through YouTube Music. Once again, YouTube Music, not Spotify, YouTube Music. And that's it. So that's it. All that good stuff there. Real quick, I just want to remind everybody, or not remind everybody, say hello to everybody in the league. I know I just mentioned Brap. He's a member of the League of Dummies, and we're always looking for new members of the League of Dummies. That's how Another Dumb Show is fan funded, and we wouldn't be able to do it without all our wonderful fans and our members. There are 3 different tier levels to help join and become a member and support Another Dumb Show. So I encourage you guys, go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, click that join button, and if you click the middle tier, you'll have access to the members only shows. The top tier gives you members only access, and then once I finally get some freaking merch and stuff put together, you guys will get discounts on that. So those are our Super League of Dummies fans and our Team Dumb Ultimate fans. They're the best. So, guys, this is right about the time where in the past I would have brought on my boy Mikey. Mikey is stepped away from the show indefinitely. Now, the word indefinitely does mean indefinitely. It doesn't mean forever. If Mikey decides down the road that he's in good shape and he's gotten everything together on his end with everything, then I have no problem with Mikey coming back around. So, so that's why I said Mikey stepped away indefinitely, not definitely, indefinitely. Like, remember when Draymond Green in the NBA, he got suspended indefinitely? That was at the beginning of the season. He's back playing again. So, indefinite. It's indefinite. Having said that, in the meantime, I would like to add another voice to Another Dumb Show. So if you or somebody you know who might be interested in doing a podcast, if you've ever had a friend who said, no, I think I'd be good at a podcast, or you think you have a friend who is funny and might be interested in doing a podcast, and it doesn't have to be commitment like 5 days a week or anything like that. It can be based around availability, but I am definitely looking to add another person to the mix here on Another Dumb Show. So male or female, all you need to do is have a phone or a laptop or an iPad, and you'll be good to go. It's pretty simple, actually. You don't need much for me to be able to bring you in on camera to be on the show with me. So just email me if you're interested, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Let's see, I do have a quick comment here. This one comes from Jay Wonder Comment. And don't forget, you can always comment on the show even when we're not live if you are just watching after the fact. I love getting your comments from you guys. I do read those comments here when I am live. So leave those comments on the episodes. Oh, by the way, I always remind everybody while we're live to hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already done that, please do that. I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up on tonight's video. Get your thumb out of your ass and hit the thumbs up on the video. But if you're not watching live, just take a second and hit the thumbs up too, because YouTube really does seem to love when we have more interaction from you guys. So please do hit the thumbs up for it, brother. So Jay Wonder asks, Dumb, whatever happened to B1? Are you both together, or is that chapter over? Nope, that chapter is not over. B1 and I are doing well. We seem to be doing better than ever right now. She came over, well, she comes over every day. I see her every day. We are living separately, but we are, we see each other every day. I know what she's doing. She knows what I'm doing. We're active in each other's lives. We actually spent the day together yesterday, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as we move along. So, yeah, Jay Wonder, yeah, chapter not closed. Like I said, still, as far as I'm concerned, we're together. So there you go. Noticing a couple comments regarding the pearl clutching comment that I said there. So that's funny shit. Good for you guys. Let's see here. Quickly before we get into everything, I saw Pat Wooey, one of the members of the league. He mentioned that there are some new maps on Call of Duty. We'll have to get a members only gaming show in here sometime this week to check out the new maps. So we'll see how that goes. My week is going to be a little weird. Schedule could be weird moving forward. We'll talk about that in a little bit more. So, I'm not seeing. Pat Wooey said, did camera 2 keep us off Friday? No, I will get to that. That is not the case. So, let's see here. I'm not sure what Blue Wolverine means by send Curious George a link. Oh, I think he means to come on the show and talk. I would love that. I would be totally down for Curious George if he wanted to come on. Curious George is, I don't know how opinionated it is. He's very curious, hence the name. I don't know how opinionated he is necessarily and how comfortable he would be throwing out opinions. especially considering all the flack he gets. So I don't know if that's something he would be particularly comfortable with. Let's see here. Irish Ronnie says, going back to B1, he says, laugh out loud. You and B1 are, as you would say, that's a long walk. It seems to have gotten a lot shorter lately, to be quite honest with you. I got to tell you the truth. So, all right. So I don't know if you guys were watching the other day. The other day I mentioned that I got a phone call right before the show with some sad news. I had a friend of mine give me a call. And, you know, when I say friend, I wouldn't say we hang out all the time, see him every couple days. So you guys can imagine how I know this guy. But we've become friendly over the years. In fact, I've gotten to know his family a little bit, gotten to know his mom a little. And the other day, I went over to his house to see him. And while I was there, he gave me some really sad news. His mom, who, like I said, we've become friendly with, and B1 knows these people too, so we're very friendly with them. His mom, it turned out to be, turns out she had some stomach issues going on. It turned out that was a form of cancer, sadly. But what gets even worse, though, is that, you know, this poor woman, she was coming down the steps the other night, and she's such a nice lady. I love her. She's great. She was coming down the steps, and like one of these like straight shooting kind of ladies, like doesn't really mince words, really kind of, but very nice at the same time. Always has a smile on her face, will make you laugh, all that kind of stuff. So sadly, the other night she's been having trouble with her balance, and they thought it was due to everything going on with her stomach, and she lost her balance and she fell down the steps. She hit her head and she's bleeding. They'd call 911. Son's freaking out. They end up getting her, you know, they scoop her up. They take her to the hospital. They're assuming that this balance problem had something to do with what's going on with her stomach. But either way, because she hit her head, they do like a CAT scan on her head, and they find a mass in there, which is sad enough as it is. You know what I mean? That's awful. So they immediately schedule a surgery to remove the mass. So I think this happened on a Friday night, and I believe by Monday or Tuesday she was in surgery, and they had to go in through her nose. They had to go up in through her nose. They had to drill a hole into her skull to try to go in, a real tiny hole, to try to go in and get out the piece, whatever this mass is, this tumor. Or I'm assuming it's a tumor, it's a mass is how they describe it. So they went in, they did the surgery, they got it. Well, they got most of it. What happened was when they didn't get all of it, it ended up causing a brain bleed, and she ended up falling into a coma. So she is, that was, I don't know, I think probably back around the 1st or something like that, 28th, 1st, roughly. So I talked to him today about it to see how she was doing, and which is weird because it's not really like we're close, but I almost feel like I'm, because he's kind of a private dude, but, you know, when he told me about it, you know, he was crying, and like I gave him like a bro hug, where, you know, the handshake and the bro hug, and, man, I'm here for you if you need anything, and, you know, he's crying, and this is a big ass fucking big motherfucker, dude. Like he's, like I'm not humongous, but I'm 6'2", you know, I'm a decent sized guy, 200 some pounds, 208 actually. I weighed myself yesterday, 208, and then so he's a big dude. He's taller than me, he's wider than me, he's a big dude. Just naturally big, not like muscular or fat, just a giant human being. Anyway, so seeing him get upset like that is hard. And then like I'm also in this weird position, like where I want to be there for him, but I don't want to overdo it because he's kind of a quiet, you know, doesn't say much kind of guy as it is. So that's just such a weird position as a dude, period. Like, you know, trying to be there for another dude. I don't know. It's so weird. Like, you want to be there, but you don't want to be too. Yeah, it's just weird. Dudes are weird. Girls, they're all for that. They'll call each other all day long, 3, 5, 4, 5 times a day. Dudes, we're like, I don't know. Let me know how it's going, kind of thing, and then you call and try to talk about something else. You might slip in there, hi, what's going on with mom? You know what I mean? So, with the brain bleed, it was really sad because she's been in this coma, and the most they've really gotten at one point was they were wiggling toes and squeezing hands, and I think she finally woke up the other day, but she's been having fevers, and so and it turns out they didn't get all of it out of on the first operation, so there's still part of it in there. So tomorrow she's going back in for another surgery. As long as her fevers are down, she's got to go back in for another surgery to have the rest of this removed, because that's what's bleeding and causing this coma that she's been in, or whatever, or lack of coherentness. So that was really sad news. It's hard to, like I said, the selfish part of me is like, oh man, I don't want to touch this. I don't want to ask any questions, things like that. You want to kind of stay away from it. And then, so yeah, I'm wishing him all the best. All these, I've been trying to be there for him when I can without trying to be overbearing. And then something else happens. And you think to yourself, boy, I sure hope somebody will be there for me. You guys noticed we were off on Friday night. And I think I posted something about needing to have the night off. I can't remember exactly what the post was. But essentially I said that I needed to be with somebody who shouldn't be alone after getting some news. And decided that it would be better off for me to spend the evening with that person versus doing the show, because the person who got this bad news was going to be all alone, and it would be bad for them to be all alone. Well, just not bad, just nobody would want to be all alone after they got the news they got. So earlier in the day on Friday, I DoorDashed. Did I DoorDash? I think I DoorDashed. I can't remember. I missed the day this week in the morning. Was it Friday? Might have been Friday. I think I took Friday off and then worked Saturday, or I don't remember. Everything's kind of wonky after what happened on Friday. So I'm sitting there in my house. I'm kind of like, I think I just got done smoking or whatever. I was in my kitchen, and I usually just kind of keep my door, when I'm home, I usually just keep it unlocked, because B1 usually will just pop in and, so I just, instead of having to get off the couch, go unlock the door and let her in, I just fucking leave it open and she just plow right through the door when she gets here. But, so, I'm sitting there, I'm like I think I'm just tidying up the kitchen a little bit, because it was just, I'm living like I live like a fucking bachelor, and there's just crap everywhere in my kitchen and shit. I don't do dishes frequently enough. So I think it was just kind of finally hit my own breaking point where I was like, you're a fucking slob. You got to pick up after yourself a little bit. So I started picking up a little bit. And all of a sudden, my door to my house just kind of like flies open, like out of nowhere. Like usually I at least hear the screen door kind of open, and because there's like a little vacuum that happens, and you can hear it kind of pulls on the main door. But this happened so fast, the main door, the screen door, and then the main door open like almost, I know it's impossible, but it seemed like simultaneously. And then my mom, the door swings open and my mom is like walking through the door. And it was just so unexpected. And I was like, what the fuck is she doing here? Like, I don't know. And she stops over every once in a while, but she actually always knocks, which was even weirder, that the door just blew open and it was her. And she, I look at her, and I must have had a kind of puzzled look on my face. And as I'm looking at her, I'm kind of noticing that she has what looks to be a little bit of like I can't tell what it is, a mix of anger, concern, frustration. And then I realized right in that moment, I was like, oh, she was having a medical procedure done today that I totally I forgot about, to be honest with you, because it wasn't like a super invasive, at least I didn't think, procedure. Um, but the first thing she says to me when she walks through the door is, "Do you have a beer?" Just like that too, just like so very dramatic. And I love you, Mom. I understand why, but it was very dramatic. "Do you have a beer?" Sure enough, thanks to the league, I do. I'm still finishing up my birthday presents from all you guys, so thank you. Happy hour started early for me before the show. So my mom comes in, asks for a beer, and I hand her. I start walking over to the fridge, get a beer, and I'm thinking, oh boy, maybe they didn't do the procedure that she was supposed to have done. She was looking forward to it. It's supposed to help her with a health problem that she's been dealing with. And they and so I give her the beer and I said, well, what's going on? How'd it go today? And she goes, they didn't do it. And I was like, oh, great. I'm immediately like, and I'm expecting to hear some ridiculous reason that the doctor gave her, you know what I mean? Maybe something to do with maybe, because, my mom, God love her, she's not in perfect shape. And maybe they say something like, you need to get in better shape before you're able to do this procedure, or something ridiculous or something. Or maybe you need one more test before you're able to have it done, or something that's going to delay it from being done. And so I thought maybe that's what she was pissed off about, something small. Or not whatever, just frustrated about. And then I see her face kind of like soften and almost like go to a look of fear. And I was like, what is going on? And she goes, I went in for the for this procedure, and before they do it, they have to actually use a camera. And this is down in her lady parts, so I won't get too graphic, Mom. But then, they got to go in with the camera through the hoo-ha. Front, not the back. So they go in the front. They're going with the camera, make sure everything's all hunky-dory before whatever this procedure is. And they make it up and get into her bladder. And when they get to her bladder, the camera's poking around, and they're like, "Ooh, there's a lot of like debris in here, whatever." But which to me was not a good sign from what I heard, and from what I found out later on, debris in your bladder, according to B1, really isn't that big of a deal. There's always some sort of debris in most people's bladders, depending on how much water they drink and their diets, and blah blah blah. So so I learned that after the fact. But back to the conversation with my mom. Camera's in there. It's looking around in her bladder. Got the debris. Then they go up a little further. And in her bladder, they find a mass. So, they couldn't do the procedure, obviously, because of what they found. Because now they need to determine, the next step if they find a mass. They got to do a biopsy to determine whether it's benign or malignant, and then whether or not, whether it's cancer or not, or whatever. Basically, that's what a mass is. It's either just some body deformity or whatever, which thankfully that's what they saw something in one of my kidneys when I had, I don't even remember why they ended up shoving a camera up my dick, to be honest with you. I think it was because something showed up in a CT scan or whatever those things are called, some scan of my kidneys, and there was looked like there was a mass or something in there. So they went in with a camera and looked at my kidneys up through my Johnson. Not that my mom has a Johnson, but through my Johnson. And then they go up there, they look, and they find out there's nothing wrong with it. It's just some like genetic abnormality. Now, they actually looked at hers with the camera and determined that it needs to be biopsied. So that is why I was off on Friday. I decided that because my mom, she doesn't have a ton of friends around here. She has her friends from work. She's got an old friend who just recently moved back and is close, fairly close now. But like her two closest friends would be her sisters, my aunts. They live in Seattle. So So she was going to be alone, after that happened. And I was just like, if that, if I got that news, not even knowing whether it's good or bad at this point. I mean, it's not good to have a mass period, but just, the immediate wonder, holy shit, what is this? You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be alone by myself, left to my own thoughts, left to just sit and ruminate about that whole thing. Is it or isn't it? What could I have done differently? All that kind of shit that you probably go through when you have those kind of things happen. So I said to myself, you know what? The show will be all right. The show will go on. I assume once the league learns the reasoning behind why I took Friday off, they'll understand. But I just did not want my mom sitting all by herself after learning such sad news. So I am obviously hoping for the best. I don't know. So the buyout, she's got to have, they called her today. She's got to have 2 more rounds of tests this week before she goes in for the actual biopsy on Friday. I don't know what time the biopsy is on Friday. And I actually don't know how, but she wants me to be there with her. So depending on what time it is and all that kind of stuff and what her recovery is and when she gets out and all that. So I don't know if we'll be definitely doing the show on this Friday or not. It all depends on what time that happens and again, her recovery from it. So I decided to have her over. I said, you know what, I'm gonna order her a pizza, and we'll rent a movie, and we'll hang out, and I'll try to take her mind off of everything. So, got some za. I'm obsessed right now with this Papa John's stuffed crust pizza. I'm not really a Papa John's guy, but this stuffed crust pizza, man, I could eat stuffed crust all day. I could literally just rip the whole pizza apart, just take it out, throw it away, and just eat the stuffed crust, and I would be perfectly happy. In fact, I actually did that the other day because they screwed up a pizza and sent me the wrong pizza with it was, I always get like white sauce. I'm not a big red sauce guy on my pizza, and they put pepperoni all over it. It's a red sauce and a pepperoni. That's a stomach ache for sure for me, so I just stay away from that. So I just literally, I cut all the stuffed crust off, threw away the pepperoni. I think I gave Darla a piece, and then just ate the stuffed crust because it was so gross. I hate pepperoni. Anyway, let's see here. Got some nice comments here. Wishing well to my mom. Diz wishing well. Gabarita. Jean Queen. Well, now she's the queen of pearl clutching. Are all still giving a little bit of love to my mom. So yes, we're wishing my mom well. We'll see how everything goes on Friday. And I'll keep you guys updated as we go along. So Friday, when she came over, we ended up watching a movie. My mom and I, we've always enjoyed watching, we either like to watch kind of raunchy, we would watch some kind of raunchy comedies together. She would let me like listen to the Eddie Murphy comedian cassette when I was younger, which was like, I think it's Eddie Murphy, actually the Eddie Murphy Delirious tape. I got to listen to that when I was real young, when I should not have been listening to that at all. But that was freaking hilarious. I loved it. So she was always letting me watch like R-rated movies and things like that when I would come over. No, she was a great mom. Don't get me wrong, but she just didn't want to watch fucking Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure all the time. You know what I mean? So she'd let me watch some adult films, not adult films, films made for adults. That still sounds bad. Grown up movies, R-rated movies. She let me watch R-rated movies. Anyway, the movie we watched was not R-rated. We watched the movie ISS. That's short for International Space Station. I gotta tell you, it's only got like a 5.3 on IMDb, and I think I saw Rotten Tomatoes was like, what's the Rotten Tomatoes on this bad boy? The Rotten Tomatoes is 62%, with the audience meter only 44. So usually it's the other way around. The tomato meter is lower than the audience score, but it's the other way around on this one. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Scott78 just gifted out 5 Another Dumb Show memberships. So Brad, Brett, Rach, Leo, and Amanda all got hooked up. Thank you, Scott78. Appreciate you so much, my dude. Good looking out. Oh, by the way, and if you don't have your gifts turned on, just go to youtube.com/anotherdumbshow/allow_gifts, and you will be able to receive a free Another Dumb Show membership from our generous League of Dummies. So back to ISS, 62% on tomato meter. I actually enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I have to tell you the truth. It's about 6 astronauts on the International Space Station. So you got 3 Americans and 3 Russians. Because, it's like a joint venture up there between the United States and Russia in real life. I think they're still up there working together, even though we're dealing with Russia and Ukraine and all that. I think they're still, the Russian Space Agency and NASA are working together on the ISS. I think. Either way, they are in the movie. Who cares? So it has, what's this chick's name? The main actress in it is Ariana DeBose. I think she was in Hamilton. I don't even know most of the stuff she was in, to tell you the truth. She was in Westworld? She was in Hamilton, but it also says she was in Westworld. I don't remember her from Westworld at all, to tell you the truth. But anyway, actually, I'll just show you guys a picture of her if you want. Probably would be helpful. Why won't this open? All right, hold on. Let me show this picture of her. Oh, no, that's got another person in it. No, let's not use that one. Oh, hold on. I just screwed this whole thing up. Here she is. There we go. Ariana DeBose. Probably don't recognize her. I imagine most of you won't recognize her. I really didn't recognize her at first. But I guess she was in Hamilton. The only reason I know her, oh wow, huge superfan donation for flowers for my mom. Says flowers for Bish, sending all the love and light. Oh, I hit the wrong one. All the love and light I can muster up for you, dumb. You better pick her up with these flowers on Friday or you're fired. You got it. I will remember to do that, Timothy. Thank you. Even though I don't get the $50 until next month, I appreciate it. No, I'm just fucking around. Thank you. So anyway, Ariana DeBose, I just showed her picture. The only reason I know her is because she was just in the news because on the Golden Globes, somebody took a shot at her. Who was it? The host? I can't remember exactly who it was. Somebody made fun of her because she sang in Hamilton and she must have sang in something else. And they made fun of her about her singing, basically, saying that she's an actress who thinks she can sing. Which, if I was an actress, I would be like, oh, they think I'm an actress. But if you're a singer, you're like, well, go fuck yourself. So, it could be win-win or lose-lose or win-lose, depending on how you look at it. I liked this movie, like I said. But anyway, so long story short, there's a conflict down on Earth. So basically, the Americans and the Russians up there, they have to go at it. And there's only I like movies like this where there isn't a big giant cast. It's only I think there are only 6 actors in the whole movie, the whole time. So it's very kind of, I wouldn't say it's very character driven, but they do just enough with it to kind of get you into the character. You got to listen close. It moves, well, I wouldn't say it moves really close. We're back, baby. Sorry about that. Batteries died. Anyway, where did I leave off? So the Americans and the Russians, they're up there. They're on the space station. And like I said, it moves a little slow as far as the move. Well, it doesn't move slow. It moves at a fine pace. But what does move real fast is the kind of the character development. So you got to pay attention to that because it's crucial to the plot. But I have to tell you, this movie wasn't one of those ones where I found myself trying to guess what was going to happen. I was just kind of rolling with it and enjoying it. And that's not like me for most movies. Most movies, I just spend most of the time trying to figure out what's going to happen next. This one, I wasn't trying to figure out what happened next. I was just excited about what was going to happen next. It had me kind of on the edge of my seat a little bit. So, I'm trying to think if there's any other actors in this movie you guys might recognize. You might recognize this guy. I'm trying to think of something else he was in. If he's on like a show I saw him on. Nothing that anybody would know. So never mind. Maybe I haven't seen that guy before. I thought I saw him before. But the one guy I did recognize was this guy. I feel like this dude is in every Russian movie ever. Another picture of this dude here. Yeah, so I feel like he's played every Russian in every movie, this guy. And he kind of looks like Ewan McGregor, but it's not. Definitely not. But yeah, I've seen this guy in so many different Russian movies and stuff. So anyway, good movie. I highly recommend it to everybody, even if you want to, again, don't need to see it in the theater, even though it's a space movie. You can see this one at home. I'll be honest with you, if you like going out to movies and you're willing to spend a little bit extra to rent a movie because you just look at it like this is me going out to the movies and actually saving money, then this is definitely worth it. I can't remember how much it was. I think it's probably 19 or 20 bucks, but I was like, screw it. It's my mom. And I want to get a fun site because she likes space and sci-fi stuff. So she's a big time Trekkie. So I thought to myself, why not do that? And then, Angelina put in a super fan donation. She said, love you, Bish, and love you, Dumb. Thank you. Appreciate you guys very much. It's nice of you guys to offer condolences. The good news is we don't have condolences yet. Could be just fine. You know what I'm saying? Everything could be perfectly fine. It's just a mass. Benign means nothing. They don't even have to remove it maybe. All could be well, and then she has the other procedure, and everything's even better. So, but it did make me think to myself, what a fucking asshole I am sometimes. To the way I treat my mother, and sometimes the way I treat the people in my life. I could be a real fucking dick. And it's funny, the things you really take for granted. I really, my mom calls me every day. My mom and I, we've had a strained relationship over the years, largely in part to me being an asshole. But she's done some goofy stuff like fucking calling the cops on me when I was driving like an idiot drunk. Still the dumbest thing she's ever done as far as I'm concerned. I understand the noble intention, but why would you do that to your son? Just so dumb. Anyway, I'm the kind of guy that if my kid murdered somebody and he told me about it, I'd be like, okay, where's the body? I'll chop it up and I'll drive half of it one place, you drive the other half. Obviously it's a stupid plan, but that's my point is I'd help him hide the body. My mom was like, he's drunk. And drove off. I'm calling the cop. He's drunk because that's skunk. Fucking nutbag. Anyway, yeah, a little more ride or die as a dad, I guess. I don't know if it's a dad thing because I feel like my dad would help me hide a body too. So, but anyway, so it made me think about what a dick I can be, and how my mom, like I said, we've had strained relationship over the years, but recently, over the past year, I'd say maybe year and a half, 2 years, it's been really great. We've had a really really great relationship. We talk every day. She calls me every day. If I don't hear from her, I get like concerned, and then I'll end up usually calling her or something. So it's nice to have the check-in from her. I've never been a mama's boy, but it kind of makes me feel like a mama's boy a little bit. And so I was like thinking to myself, if something were to happen to her, how much I'm going to miss those phone calls, how much they mean to me. So I hope you know that, Mom, that it means a lot to me, all those phone calls, and how much our relationship has grown over the past couple of years. And And sorry I've been such a dick sometimes. Anyway, so oh man, my mom came over. I went ham on food. I spent a bunch of money on food. I was so stupid this weekend. I was so irresponsible with money. I'm such a dumb fucking idiot. And it was all on just Uber Eats junk food, because I didn't feel like cooking because I worked all week, and then I was all bummed about my mom and being all fucking like, oh, woe is me, and feeling all shitty about it. So I was like, I'm gonna wallow her. I'm gonna stuff her full of pizza, and I'm gonna stuff me full of pizza. So I ended up buying two large pizzas that night, one for her and one for me because she wanted normal pizza, and I don't like normal pizza. I like Alfredo sauce, like I said earlier. So I did that. That was on Friday. Saturday, what did I do on Saturday? Maybe I just sat around smoking weed, and that's why I can't remember what the hell I did Saturday. Did I drive Saturday morning or not? I can't remember what I did on Saturday, to tell you the truth. I might have done nothing. Or did I drive? I honestly, Saturday is, I can't remember Saturday at all. I don't remember what I did. But Sunday, it was the big game. CB said, dude, you're never going to get ahead if you keep spending money on Uber Eats. No, I agree. That's why I said I'm an idiot, and it was stupid that I did it this weekend. I'm very angry with myself that I did it. I really did, because it set me back quite a bit, because I thought I went bad, or went hard on Friday night. Last night for the Super Bowl, man, I don't know what got into me, but I was like, I need to order enough food for a fucking party and not just two people, because I ordered so much food. I ordered a large pizza for myself, 10 wings for myself. I ordered B1 a small pizza for herself. I ordered her 6 chicken, like boneless chicken wings. And then I also ordered a trio sampler appetizer thing that had salsa and cheese in it and guacamole and chips. So seriously, we had enough food for 5, 6 people probably. So I spent way too much fucking money. It was so stupid, but it's a holiday. That's what I kept telling myself. It's Super Bowl. It's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time it's in Vegas, so we got to celebrate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I went crazy spending money on food, and it was actually, none of it was really even that good. Fucking wings were terrible. It's from one of probably the most famous wing chain of them all. They have a buffalo for a mascot. They were terrible. Every single wing bone was broken. Every one of them was broken. Even the drums were broken. It was the weirdest thing. And they screwed it up. They put some super hot ass shit on it that was like almost inedible, because I like hot, but not like atomic, which is what I felt like they gave me. Anyway, B1 ended up getting here late. She thought all of the festivities started at 7 and not 6:30. So she wasn't here for the whole pre-game stuff. She missed all of the everything that was going on in the pregame, which was weird because one of the things she had mentioned to me, which I assumed she must have known what time it was because she had asked about it earlier in the day, she said, hey, wait a minute, do they always do the Black National Anthem? Now, mind you, this is way before the Super Bowl even started. This is earlier in the day she's asking me about this. So I don't know if she saw a news story or whatever about it, but I was like, well, yeah, they started doing it a few years ago now. I can't remember exactly when they started doing it, but yeah, they. I think it's not called. I mean, it's referred to as the Black National Anthem, I guess, but it's like the Star Spangled Banner is the name of it. I can't remember what it's called. Lift Everyone on High, Black National Anthem name. Lift every voice and sing. That is the Black National Anthem. Now. So B1, I told her, yeah, I guess they're going to be doing one. Yeah, that's, they do it every year now. They did do it to start things off. And I have to tell you, what's her name? Audra Day did it. I think I have a picture of her even doing it. Let's see. Tab here is Audra Day. And actually, there's actually in the picture you'll see, in the little inset there, also is Megyn Kelly. And there's a reason why Megyn Kelly's in that picture with her, and it's because it's from the news story that I found. And by the way, Audra Day, I don't think she sounded very good. To be honest with you, it was a little pitchy dog. But no, it just didn't. It wasn't very good. Her voice was kind of all over the place. I was expecting a much more rich voice. Not so much. It wasn't very good. So anyway, Megyn Kelly, formerly of Fox News, she has slammed the NFL for doing the Black National Anthem prior to the Super Bowl. It really didn't seem like it was that big of a deal to me. But apparently Megyn Kelly was very upset about it. She says here, as you can see, the so-called Black National Anthem does not belong at the Super Bowl. We already have a national anthem, and it includes everyone. Now, she wasn't the only one who was upset about what happened with the Black National Anthem. There was also a senator who came out very upset about it. His name is Steve Cohen. Now, he was on the opposite end of the spectrum. Senator Cohen said, very, very few stood at Super Bowl for Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Negro National Anthem. You say Negro? People say that? Not a pretty picture of Super Bowl crowd. First off, why are you talking in... You got as many characters as you want now, I think, right? You got a lot more characters than you used to have on Twitter, dude. Why are you writing in like not a pretty picture of Super Bowl crowd? How about it isn't a very pretty picture of the Super Bowl crowd? Like, why is he writing so weird? Why is there a comma at the end of it? It's a fucking terrible tweet. Anyway, so he wasn't happy about it either, because so the opposite of Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly just didn't want to play it at all. This guy's mad that nobody stood for it. I got to be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to find myself agreeing with Megyn Kelly very often. But I got to tell you, I don't think we need the Black National Anthem played at the Super Bowl. I know almost all the players in the NFL are black, but they're American citizens. And we all fall under the American flag, which is the Star Spangled Banner, which is what the song is. It's about the flag. So now, which I'll be honest with you, I was all for the players when they kneeled. To me, that's what makes them. That's the fundamental thing that makes us American, is that we have free speech. You're allowed to have free speech and say you don't like America. Now, having your own separate national anthem, while I guess it is a way to stand up against America in some way, or I don't know. But the guys kneeling weren't against America. They were against the things that were happening in America that were getting no attention. That's why they did it. And it's their free speech to do that. I don't want to go down that fucking road, so don't start doing anything about it. But I got to tell you, I kind of agree with Megyn Kelly. We don't need the Black National Anthem at the Super Bowl. We got the National Anthem. It's plenty. 844-HIT-DUM, 844-448-3862. We got, we just don't need it. Have some pride in your country. I know not everything's fucking perfect here. I know a lot of the players came from poverty. But I got to tell you, poverty here versus poverty outside of America is two very different stories. Like, look at Haiti, look at other parts of the world where they're poor. It's a very different type of poor compared to our poor. Now, I know there are some people who are extremely poor, kids not eating, things like that. Just, homelessness is out of control. America's not perfect. Got border influx, but people are flocking to come here for a reason. It's better than everywhere else. So have some fucking pride in your country and just let the national anthem be the fucking national anthem. Michael K., you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Hey, I was just going to ask 2 points on the Super Bowl. How do you feel about the diversity displayed at the halftime show? Yikes.
The diversity at the halftime show? Yeah, no, yeah, well, I mean, it was a black artist with a bunch of other black artists, so I think that's what you're referring to there.
like the end zone says, it takes all of us. But the reason I called is because I saw a commercial early in the game, and it reminded me of you. And I know you're sick of this topic like everybody else, and I'm just going to pull the numbers out of my ass real quick because I was half paying attention, but it was like the sob story. It's like 85% of girls will quit participating in sports by the time they're 14. What do we do about this? And I was like, well, I can think of one problem that's going on that I don't know if a lot of people are aware of right now that might be able to steer that ship correctly. If you know what I'm referring to.
What we talked about on Friday or Thursday with the trans athletes, I'm assuming is what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a 12-year-old kid and I know I'm going to grow up in 5 years to get my ass beat, you know?
That might turn them away. That might turn them away. But hey, I tell you what. Go ahead.
Look, when did it become a thing for all play-by-play guys to refer to everybody by their initials? Because that's fucking annoying as hell.
Well, there's only a few of them who really get. It's really the people with like long names, like Christian McCaffrey. That's a long ass name to say. So CMC just works easier.
Well, see, that's another thing. It's like, when did it also become a thing for guys to have like two different last names on their uniforms, or
MVS.
Johnson the Third, or it's like,
you know what?
I thought most football players don't even know who their dad is. You know, I mean, so how do they even know that?
That's a pretty blanket statement, but I would say there are probably plenty of them who might not have their dads, and I think they might do that as an honor to their moms. So they want to keep their their paternal name, but then they go, well, fuck, I didn't know that guy, but I know my mom, and so I want to honor my mom too. So I don't know if that's the case, but
right,
could be.
Right.
What did you just? No, it's funny that you mentioned. Go ahead. That's it?
No, go ahead. No,
I was actually going to let you go. I was going to let you go. I thought you had one other thing to say, so I'll let you go, Michael. Okay.
Oh, no, man.
All right, bro.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Later. God, I wish I could figure out that little itty bitty delay right there. It's like you're on a fucking. It's so weird that the thing with me and Mikey, no delay. But the phones, there's just a fucking millisecond delay that can just throw it off sometimes. It drives me fucking crazy. And I don't believe there's a way to fix it. Anyway. It's funny that he mentioned using names for people, because B1 and I, we had our own little running joke going on last night about Patrick Mahomes, and I think they said he was lights out at one point, and she started going on this whole PM nighttime thing. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's PM. It's nighttime, baby. And then we're just going back and forth with all these different, I'm like, yeah, that's right, baby. Turn the fucking street lights on. PM's in the house. And just back and forth with all these stupid fucking different references to the evening for Patrick Mahomes. So very dumb, but very fun for two of us. Anyway. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Okay, so I'm just going chronologically through the game. So I'll get to the Super Bowl halftime thing that he talked about. I'm not going back to the transgender thing. I don't care about that right now. I will say I don't care about flag football. I am so sick of hearing about flag football. I hate that the NFL is pushing the flag football so much. It is an abomination to the sport as far as I'm concerned. There's no blocking and tackling. That's the fundamentals of football. Blocking and tackling. That's what makes football football. Right now they're just playing basketball without a hoop. It's just fucking so stupid to me. It's the dumbest fucking sport. It's ultimate frisbee with flags on. It's not that ultimate frisbee. Oh, that's actually pretty fun. But it's not football. Quit calling it fucking flag football. Call it something else. Flag fuck faces. I don't care. Quit calling it football. I hate it. Now, it is a way to get more girls interested in football. I will say that. And that's the 100% the reason why they're doing it. Which is why the NFL was so happy to have Taylor Swift, because she brought in millions of female fans to the NFL. A female artist who probably didn't bring very many fans in the NFL, is Reba McEntire. Reba McEntire fucked so many people in the betting world and caused she's not only did she didn't just fuck betters, she fucked the sports books and stuff, or the prop, whoever the prop bets were, where all the weird prop bets were, because one of the prop bets was the over and under on the length of the song, of the national anthem. Reba McEntire, famous country music star, she sang the national anthem. And people always bet on how long it's going to go for, an over under. And let's see here. She actually, I don't know if you guys saw it, and I can't play it because it was the Super Bowl, obviously, but at the end of it, she did the home of the brave. So she like gave a second brave on there, which some singers will do. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's a cop out on holding that last note and throwing a little vibrato in there. That's what I'm looking for. Brave, a little vibrato. So there was an over-under on how long it was actually going to last. When she threw that extra brave in there at the end, it actually pushed the clock past the set line of 90.5 seconds. So where does the song end? On the first brave or the second brave? Even the sports books can't decide that, because they were awarding money to both of them, depending on, let's see. The PR manager at BetMGM said first said the under hit, and then he said the operator paid bettors on the over and the under. DraftKings and FanDuel didn't align on it. DraftKings published an article supporting the under, while FanDuel staff agreed it was the over. And I guess that article that DraftKings published has actually since been unpublished. So Reba McEntire fucked a bunch of bettors, fucked the sports books, fucked the bettors. How does that work? Like, if I were her, couldn't she just have a friend bet $5 million that it's going to be over 90.5 seconds, and she just literally sings slowly? I don't even know. Like, to me, that's a weird bet. I feel like Reba McEntire or whoever does that, they could get paid on that somehow. You just have a roundabout way. Somebody, I mean, maybe you have a bunch of people do it. I don't know, man. It just seems like it's a ripoff. Perhaps said, I'm not a country fan, but Reba did a great job on the anthem and did it how it should have been done. It was all right. I didn't feel like it was as epic as it should have been, to be honest with you. I really don't. Again, but I'm old school. I'm like our old pal on the old show. I can't get over the Whitney one. That was the best ever. It really was. I can't even remember another one that's even comparable to it, to tell you the truth. So Reba McEntire fucked up all the gambling. The NFL which is funny because the NFL is in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl for the first time, the gambling capital of, I would assume, the world. I don't know, maybe Bangkok is. I don't know a lot of the United States. Anyway, so the NFL used to have a hard line. They were very anti-gambling, anti all that. Excuse me. Angelina says, how was Carrie Underwood not singing? That's what I want to know. Hasn't she already done it, maybe? Did she already do it? I don't know. I feel like she might have already done it. And Brad said it's an anthem, not a rock song, pop song, or whatnot. It should be done with respect, not made into a show. Well, you don't remember that Whitney Houston one. That was epic. That was a performance of a lifetime. Are you kidding me? And the flags waving, shit flying by. Fucking crazy, man. That was the best. Anyway, so the NFL for years has had a hard line on gambling. They don't have anything to do with the NFL, Vegas. The Raiders moved to Vegas a couple of years ago. And so the NFL, they got this beautiful Allegiant Stadium that the Raiders built. The Davis family built. It's amazing. And so the NFL said, fuck it, let's go to Vegas. Betting is everywhere. They've partnered with all these different sports books and blah, 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 blah. And sports books are used. It was so weird to hear all these Super Bowl commercials. Usually it's always the big game, the big game, the big game. But in all the DraftKings and everything, I kept hearing them say Super Bowl, which was really weird to me. I don't know. They must have paid a lot of fucking money to have the rights to say Super Bowl in their ads. But anyway, I'm shocked that we've not, because the NFL came out with some rules for gambling, I guess. And here's the rules. No gambling whatsoever for the players that are participating in the game. So none, no sports book gambling, no blackjack, none of that stuff. But NFL players who are not participating in the Super Bowl game are allowed to play blackjack. Now, they've been discouraged from doing sports betting. So that's kind of vague, discouraged from it. So I don't really know what that means. But I'm wondering now if the Super Bowl is over, I wonder if we're going to find out any issues, like somebody bet on the game, something weird happened, like somebody went to a casino, he got drunk, and he was doing slots or something afterward. I don't know. I'm just interested to see, because it's just crazy to me that there hasn't been anything that came out yet about any problems in Vegas for the NFL players. It seems like everybody was pretty good, pretty on good behavior in the city of sin. I can't believe it. So we'll have to see, but it was pretty cool seeing it in Vegas. Quite a spectacle the Super Bowl was this year. I really loved it. Great a game. What a fucking football game. I tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to take a break. We'll come back. I'll give my review of the game. And then I got a couple other things to talk about here too, but, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break. If you've not already hit a thumbs up on tonight's video, please do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. So I'm sure your kids are probably tired from last night if they stayed up late to watch the game. So just, grab them by their feet, drag them in the other room, just throw them on the floor and say, go to sleep. Slam the fucking door, get your drinky drink on, a little drinky poo, a little mokey moke. And then we'll be right back on Another Dumb Show. Sit tight. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Excuse me. Just ripped down a bleezy during that break real quick. Hope you guys did too. Second hour is always happy hour here on another dumb show, which means if you don't drink, you can smoke. Do your thing. Somebody who smokes and drinks. How about that Posty? We skipped right over Post Malone. How great was that at the beginning? I mean, Audra Day, whatever. Reba, whatever. Post Malone doing America the Beautiful. That was nice. I enjoyed that very much. He's got such a unique voice, that guy. I love his little wobble he has to his voice. I really like that. So he was pretty good. Big mad props to Posty. All right, let's see here. Where did I leave off? All right, so the game, Super Bowl 58, Las Vegas, all the pomp and circumstance, all that good stuff was fantastic. All the lead-up stuff. All day, I just watched football. All day, them talking about it, all the feel-good stories, all that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. Holy shit, did I cry. And I think they had already played this before the NFC Championship, but for some reason this time it really got me was they did this story about this kid named Logan who was a Christian McCaffrey fan, and the kid ended up having some sort of neuroblastoma or something. So, and he ended up dying, sadly. But he was buried in Christian McCaffrey's jersey, which was pretty cool. But when they were telling that story, man, I was fucking sobbing like a fucking baby. And I know I cry all the time, but B1 made fun of me at one point because I cried. Cried later on, too, during another commercial. And she was like, does the NFL just try to see how many times they can make a grown man cry in one day? So I did. I cried. I almost cried at the beginning of the game because I always get very emotional at the beginning of football. The end of football season, the beginning of the Super Bowl, because I know we're at the last game of the year, and I get very emotional because I'm going to miss football. So I don't know what I'm going to do with myself until August, other than start mock drafting and stuff like that. So I'm definitely very disappointed that football is ending. Get all emotional, and she said, I told that to B1, and she goes, let's just get through the game before you start fucking crying about football being done. So the game started off kind of slow. First quarter, not slow if you like defense. So I'll say I was enjoying the first half because I like a good defensive battle. There was a couple fumbles in there. I like seeing good strips. McCaffrey fumbled early on for the 49ers. Isaiah Pacheco fumbled early on for the Chiefs. The Chiefs could not get any kind of offense going at all. I think the 49ers went up, I think it was 10-0 at one point, if I remember correctly. And they were starting to show some frustration on the Chiefs sideline. I'm sure most of you probably saw this, but just in case you didn't, this is a picture of Travis Kelce, the beloved Travis Kelce, getting in the face of Andy Reid. He actually chest bumped him and almost knocked him over. Which was crazy to see because he'd already done that once earlier in the year, kind of. Remember when I don't remember exactly what it was. I think I might have played that back in the day, but remember Kelce spiked his helmet on the sidelines and got all up, and Andy Reid took his helmet away so he couldn't go back in the game. But then after this game, Andy Reid came out and he was like, I like his fire. He just wanted to get back in the game. I mean, if another man gets that close to your face, how do you not shove them back? I know he's good for Andy for staying cool and calm, because a guy gets in your face that close where he could, if you just stick your tongue out, you're going to be French kissing the motherfucker. Then I tell you what, them's fighting actions. You know what I'm saying? So good for Andy Reid for staying chill, because I don't think I'd have stayed very chill in that moment. So there was that moment in the game, and that was right after Travis Kelce had been taken out of the game for just, I think, to get some rest, because he's old and he doesn't realize he needs rest, and he really wasn't getting much done. So they put in the backup tight end. I think the backup tight end got called for holding, and then Travis Kelce lost his mind. And the Chiefs at that point, their offense was struggling because of a couple bad calls. There were a couple plays in that game where Chiefs got first downs and the refs called him short of the first down. There was a 3rd and short, I think it was. They ended up being 4th and long, or maybe it ended up, I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was as far as the down. It was either 3rd or 4th and 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, and either they got stopped on 3rd down and had to punt, or that was led up to 4th down and they had to punt. But either way, there was some, especially in particular, Travis Kelce. I remember he ran one. He barreled over these guys to get the first down, and they spotted him a half a yard short. It's fucking ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. It was so obvious too. But so then the game went on. You know, we actually got to see our favorite girl, the America's sweetheart, for those who are not assholes. I still don't understand the vitriol towards Taylor Swift. I just don't get it. It makes no sense to me. I find it to be completely stupid. This is just a person who seems to be enjoying their newfound relationship, their newfound hobby is going to football games when they're not really a football fan necessarily. But here is a shot of Taylor Swift doing what every football fan does. So if you're not a fan of her yet, I really don't understand what else it's going to take for you to be a fan of Taylor Swift. Here she is at the game chugging a fucking beer. Oh, that's so fucking loud. Sorry. Just screaming. There she is. Look at that. A great beer chug. Now, I did see a couple tweets saying, I remember the first time I drank a beer. But no, good for her. She's in there. She's trying to do the football thing, chugging beers on camera and making a whole thing out of it. How could you not like that? If you didn't like her before, and you get mad, and you be like, you know, I remember Mike used to say, I don't want to see her. I want to see the fans in the. Well, you got to see a fan doing what a fan does. What's more fan than that? You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking chugging beers. She's up in the box with the other celeb, Blake Lively, jumping up and down, having a fucking great ass time. Oh, it was pretty fucking cool. So good for her, having a good time, chugging beers. Excuse me. Now, it's typical. It wouldn't be a Super Bowl, guys, if we didn't have a couple streakers. Now, I have to tell you, these are some of the worst fucking streakers I've ever seen. Completely pathetic display of streaking. First off, I don't believe they were technically even naked. I don't even know what these two dipshits were doing by running out onto the field. But here these guys are at the Super Bowl running out onto the field. So this is one angle of them. This is when it's kind of a quick one, right when they get them tackled. But here's where they actually run out. So you can see these guys didn't make it very far. I mean, they made it from the stands. This guy makes it through the sidelines and then makes it about 5 yards. And then he slides and lets him tackle him. What a tool. Now, where's the other guy? I thought there were two guys.
Right in the middle of the play. The play stopped, but they can't replay that, right? That play finished. That play finished.
All right, so they get him off the field. I thought there were two guys. Anyway, what a pathetic display of streaking. At least make a run for it. Pull a couple juke moves out, my dude. And a spin move or something, a stiff arm, anything other than a slide right into letting them tackle you. That was pathetic. So that's what went on in the game as far as the first half. I think, I'm trying to remember the score of the game going into halftime. I think the Chiefs were down by 10, I think, at that point. Quickly, let me go to Blue Wolverine. You're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude?
Hey, Dom. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going okay. It's going okay. How you doing, dude?
Good. Good. Hey, that streaker, I actually found him online. That guy, what he did is he went ahead and placed a bet. There was a bet out there, a line, that the Super Bowl would have a streaker. So he bought a $10,000 Super Bowl ticket and did it himself and won $20,000 on it. So he made $10,000 profit.
No way. Is that can't be legal? They have to take that away from him. There's no way they're gonna let that slide.
Yeah, Yahoo Sports put out that he bet $50,000, but I seen him he put out there that he only did $20,000 bet. But yeah, he did it himself to win the bet.
This happened in February. That happened in February 2021. at one of the old Super Bowls. I'm not able to find it for this one.
Yeah, so I found the dude. On TikTok. If I get his name, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, for sure. Do that because I would love. Yes, send it to me and then let me know that you sent it. That way I can, because I don't get any. I won't see that you sent it until I know it's there. So, all right, perfect. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
What a deal, man! What a deal.
Yeah, I tell you what. Well, that's like I said that the whole thing with Rebo. She should have been betting on herself and just fucking kept singing and just just keep going the fuck on and on and on. Bet on yourself. So, all right, smart guy. I guess it was a shitty streak, but a profitable one for him. So good stuff. Hey, did you play those new maps on Call of Duty? I saw Pat Wooey saying there's some new maps in there.
Oh yeah, pretty good.
Are they?
I actually like them.
Are they fresh or are they redos of old ones?
No, they're all fresh.
All
yeah,
fresh.
every one of them's fresh.
Ooh, okay. Well, then we're definitely gonna have to get a members only gaming in this week for sure, so we can run some of these new maps and you guys can watch me get my ass kicked.
All right, sounds good, though.
All right, Blue. Later, dude. That dude can play some fucking Call of Duty, by the way. Him and Pat Wooey, man. A couple of the league members there. Those dudes can fucking get down. They can run, man. And what's the other? One Inch Warrior. Man, there's some those dudes get some kills, man. I can't keep up with those dudes. They're so good. I feel bad, like I'm bringing down their team. Anyway, so speaking of bringing down the team, like I said, a couple fumbles in the first half. Patrick Mahomes had an interception. I believe that was in the first half. Chiefs had a rough go. That was his first interception in the playoffs for a while. What else happened with him? Oh, the Chiefs just couldn't get their offense going. It was crazy. So he ended up going into halftime. Halftime show, guys. Oh shit! I skipped over all the commercials. By the way, let's talk a couple commercials here. I think the overwhelming best commercial for me. Oh boy, that's a tough one. I am torn between nostalgia and just kind of silliness on this one. So, I'm trying to think what people say was the most popular one. There's obviously the Verizon one with Beyonce trying to break the internet, and which is crazy because Beyonce ended up letting everybody know she's making a country video now. So here is actually a little bit of this. I'll try to see if I can get away with playing this. It's kind of short. Here is a little clip of Beyonce's new song, and here she is promoting it, and she does a little thing here at the end. Bang, bang, pew, pew. So there it is. That's Beyonce promoting her new album, and she's actually, let's see, I got a picture of her in her little cowboy outfit. This one's pretty good. This is a nice picture. If you're a Beyonce fan, you'll enjoy this picture here. This is Beyonce's Texas Hold'em. I believe this is the cover of the single or whatever that she's doing. I listened to a little bit of it. It's pretty twangy country. It's got a, and she's got a cool voice. So I know she can sing. I mean, she's got a great voice. So I'm going to actually have to check out these shows. Or check out these songs to see if they're actually any good. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Where did I leave off? The Super Bowl commercials. So Beyonce tried to break the internet for Verizon. There was, but I would say the one that really I missed. I know Cardi B had an ad. I missed Cardi B's ad. The T-Mobile auditions ad. That was a little silly. I kind of liked that one. I didn't hate that one. The T-Mobile home internet feeling, pretty. The only thing that was good about it was the very end of it when the girl from Flashdance came out, so I liked that. I missed the Christopher Walken one. I have to go back and watch that. I got all choked up during the FanDuel thing after Gronk missed the kick. By the way, there's another thing that's all wonky and feels like it'd be totally a ripoff as far as betting anybody involved in the production of that. Gronk could tank the kick on purpose so easily. It's just whatever. Anyway, they did a little tribute to Carl Weathers, which was pretty cool. At the end of it, they put up my old Apollo there. So that was pretty neat. I appreciated that. I was wondering if they were going to do anything with that, and they said they'd put a little thing that said "Thank you, Carl." So that was pretty cool. I liked that. I missed the Jeremy Renner Silk one. Martin Scorsese for Squarespace doing the "Hello Down There" one. That was so tired to me. That was like, oh, we're all on our phone all the time. Who cares? That was stupid. The Homes.com ones were terrible. And I like the girl from SNL, Heidi Gardner, I think her name is. And I kind of like the Eugene Levy's son. Was it David Levy? I think. Those were boring. Those were really boring to me. I didn't find those to be fun at all. Big game commercial for Hallow. I don't know if that was the same as the Jesus commercial. I don't know if that was Hallow's commercial with Jesus and all the foot washing. Guys, I'm not into feet. Feet kind of gross me out. They don't gross me out. I'm just not into them. I'm not going to suck a toe. I'm not going to look at a picture of feet. I'm just not into it. If it's your thing, God love you. Good for you. Like B1 should be selling pictures of her feet left and right. I don't know what she's doing. You know, this is a girl with like nice, what people would say are nice feet. They're not gross or disgusting or anything like that. They're like perfect feet for like taking pictures. So, and I'm not into feet. I'm just saying she's got nice feet. So why the fuck wouldn't she be selling her foot pictures? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You're on OnlyFans. Why not be on a foot fetish site? I heard there's people making $100,000 a month just selling foot pictures. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, grossed me out. That whole Jesus washing feet commercial, I have to be honest with you, it completely is. I get the message. You know, it's a nice message. You know, the message was good. It was a very diverse commercial. It was about no hate, basically. You know, love your neighbor, wash their feet, don't hate them and judge them, that kind of stuff. So that was the message was good. It was very gross, to be honest with you. Let's see here. The Starry commercial with Ice Spice. I don't even remember that commercial. I am a little confused about what Starry is. I think it's a wannabe Sprite. I'm assuming they got rid of the other one. I don't know. Let's see here. Michael Cera for CeraVe. That was a little bit funny. So yeah, that wasn't too terrible. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. The Skechers spot. With Mr. T, that was great because of the nostalgia factor. I love Mr. T. Pity the fool that has shoelaces on. That was pretty great. I missed the Judge Beauty Elf commercial. I didn't see that one. The Uber Eats with Jennifer Aniston and what's his name? Ross. What the fuck is David Schwimmer? That one was okay. It was kind of like, oh, you don't know each other. Ha ha ha. Pretty funny. She's so Hollywood. The one with the Beckhams was okay. I don't care about them enough. I don't think for that to matter to me. I missed the Clydesdale one. Somebody said there was a Clydesdale one. I missed that. I did like the Paramount Plus one with Patrick Stewart throwing the little kid with the football-shaped head. That was pretty funny. I liked that. Let's see. I saw a couple movie trailers. Kingdom of the Planet of Apes. That looks pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Of course, Twister. That looks great. Poor B1 started crying during the Twister trailer because apparently her grandma is a big Twister fan, or the grandma that passed away was a big Twister fan. So that was sad. It starts crying in the middle of a commercial. I'm trying to think. The Chris Pratt Pringles commercial made me laugh. I enjoyed that. Another one that I enjoyed, the Tom is One Enough BetMGM was pretty funny. Oh my God, the Michelob Ultra Messy commercial. Get that shit out of here, man. It's a football game. I don't care about some dork playing soccer on the beach. I know he's the best soccer player in the world. I don't give a fuck. I mean, come on, man. You can't get an ex-NFL player to talk about Michelob Ultra. You got to get a soccer player during the Super Bowl. Get the fuck out of here. Made me not want to ever get a Michelob Ultra again. Sometimes you're stuck getting them when you go to a stadium or something because it's just like one of the only options. Fuck that, man. I'll never go. I would, not that I really would go buy a Michelob Ultra 6-pack or something, but I certainly won't now. Let's see here. I'm trying to find another one of the good ones. Oh, so we'll go back to the ones that I like instead of going through all the rest of them. Oh, you know what's cool? I was excited to see the electric VW van coming back. That's pretty exciting. I had VWs. I liked my VWs. Those vans are pretty neat. That'd be something like if I was my son, who is about to turn 16, I would see that and want that so bad. Like, that would be the car I'd want as a 16-year-old boy. I'd be like, that would be so cool. I could put my friends in it and put stuff in the back, and it looks kind of neat. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then, so let's see. The ones I was torn upon, the commercials that I liked the most. I definitely loved the Ben Affleck Dunkin' Donuts commercial. That was hilarious. With Matt Damon and all the other people in it. That was great. I love seeing celebrities be self-deprecating and make fun of themselves. And Ben Affleck has no problem doing that. I love he throws back to the Boston accent, all of it. So that was actually, that might have been my favorite one. But I have to say probably the best one was the State Farm one with Arnold Schwarzenegger that ended with Danny DeVito. I was fucking laughing my ass off during that fucking old commercial. And then when Danny DeVito popped up at the end, that really made my day. That was great because I loved the movie Twins when I was a kid. So that made me happy. It put a big smile on my face seeing all that. Let's see here. CB said it's a football game, so fuck Messi, but it's not. It's a football game, so fuck Taylor Swift. No, Taylor Swift was at the football game chugging beers, having a good time. I'm talking about a soccer ad in the middle of a football game. There's no place for it. Watching a fan chug beers as they're a wag basically now, chug a beer while our man's on the field. That is football. That's literally what they do in football now. Like, I don't understand why that's just because it's Taylor Swift. Ugh, it's such a silly ass thing. Totally two different things. Just looking to hate on Tay-Tay for no reason. So the Super Bowl halftime show. What was it? Michael called in earlier and he was complaining about the lack of diversity. No, didn't see many white people out there during the halftime show. Well, I don't know if you know Usher. I'm going to be honest with you. I only know some Usher. I know Usher, yeah. I know You Got It Bad. I think that was his first song, My Way. I know a couple of, I know his collab songs like OMG, which he did at the Super Bowl. But the song I can't believe he didn't do. Oh, speaking of betting, that was what B1 and I were talking about the whole day. Was we were trying to go back and forth, trying to figure out what we thought was going to be. We were trying to figure out what his first song was going to be because that's like one of the prop bets. We were going back and forth and going through. We went through his playlist and all the different songs. So that was fun trying to figure that out. I think I thought he was going to do You Got It Bad. But he ended up doing it exactly the way I thought he was going to do. I thought he'd come out with just a real quick, you got it bad, you got it, something weird like that, right? And then it was going to cut out, and then it would be like the lights go, pew, 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 and then he drops into the next song, which is essentially exactly what they did. I just picked the wrong song. He didn't do You Got It Bad. He did My Way to start it off. So both of us were wrong. She claims she said My Way at one point. She's full of shit. She went through about 50 different songs before she picked one. She never picked one. I thought Scream might have been another option just because, I don't know, it's got that kind of vibe. But how the fuck does he not play DJ Got His Phone in Love or whatever? I was like, how does he not play that song? Because baby tonight, the DJ got us falling in love again. See how high that is? Maybe that's what it is. He can't sing it anymore. It's too hard for him to sing. So I was hoping he was going to sing that song. But dude, when fucking Lil Jon came out, fucking turned down for what? Crowds, everybody bouncing and fucking jumping up and down. And then he fucking drop into fucking Yeah. That was fucking great. I don't know anybody that doesn't like the song Yeah. If you don't like the song Yeah, you don't know how to have fun. You want a lady in the streets but a freak in the bed or whatever the fuck it is, man. That shit is great. I love that fucking song. It is literally my most requested wedding song by a long shot. To this day, it's not changed since I started doing weddings to now. Still my number one most requested song. Well, I'll tell you what. Over the past year and a half, No Hands has kind of taken over as my most requested song by Waka Flocka. So I'll take that back. But I absolutely fucking love the I'd say I didn't love the halftime show. I didn't hate it either. I was entertained by it. I watched it. I didn't feel like I was missing out on much. I loved when Her came out. I love Her. Her. She came out and jammed out on the guitar for a minute. That was fucking awesome. That was a really cool moment in the middle of that. So that was something I enjoyed watching. I don't know who the fuck that was on OMG. Was that Will I Am with him? I thought it looked more like the dude that sings the guy from Gnarls Barkley. What the fuck is that guy's name? What is his name in real life? Gnarls Barkley guy. Hold on, I gotta Google this now. It's on the Gnarls Barkley guy. Danger Mouse. What the fuck is that other guy's name? Oh my God, what is it? CeeLo, that's right. I thought it was CeeLo. I know it's not supposed to be CeeLo, but then somebody else, I heard somebody say it was Jermaine Dupri. The fuck is Jermaine Dupri doing there? But anyway, Luda came out during, that was awesome. Alicia Keys showed up and sang a song. And I gotta tell you, man, Usher got a little grabby on her. That's a married woman right there. And she was a little too happy, a little too smiley as far as I'm concerned. The picture of look at this shit. I mean, look at his face when he's all hugged up on her. Like, I mean, he's got his grind all up on her. She's all smiling. I love when you hug up on me, Usher. Swizz Beats, that's my husband down there. Swizz Beats don't care. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know how I feel about him hugging up on her like that. I don't know if Swizz Beats came out and said, "You guys are crazy. What's the big deal? It's a performance." But I don't know, man. I wasn't really too thrilled about that. Or if I was Swizz Beats, I wouldn't be too thrilled about that one bit. Not even a little bit. So let's see here. So then we get through the Super Bowl halftime. We end up getting into the second half of the game. There you go. Nobody's watching. We get into the second half of the game, and I got to tell you, that was one of the most exciting halves of football I've seen in the longest time. I loved the second half of that game. I loved that whole game. The second half of that football game was so great. The way Patrick Mahomes just took over the game was totally awesome. Travis Kelce takes over. Isaiah Pacheco had some decent runs. The Chiefs defense just takes Chris Jones just decides to take over the whole line. Oh, man, it was such a great game. I loved it. When it ended up going into overtime, oh, man, what a fucking bonehead call by Kyle Shanahan taking the ball. What a stupid move. Leaving it in the hands of your opponent to have an extra down to go for it. You're giving Patrick Mahomes 4 downs to play is the dumbest decision I've seen in probably Super Bowl history. I get it. You think you can score first and stop them, but you haven't stopped them the whole third and fourth quarter, really. So what a bonehead call by Shanahan. I couldn't believe it. It was pretty bad. Jean Queen, going back to the Usher thing, says, I thought she looked, and Usher and Alicia Keys says, I thought she looked super uncomfortable until that end shot right there. Oh, Nugget Man's calling me out for my hypocrisy. He says, but really, another dumb show, please cue the B1 video with Vanilla Ice. Now, I do remember, I don't think B1 actually put her hands on Vanilla Ice and vice versa. I don't think he put his hands on her, if I'm remembering. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Where is this? Hey, delete that. Oh, there you go. All right, so let's see here. Here's B1 at Roverfest. Gonna mute it. This is when she was trying out for the calendar. Well, not this part, but this was her pre-calendar. You guys are gonna get me all hot and bothered. I'm already horny enough. I didn't get laid last night, so I'm all hot and bothered. This is only gonna make me more crazy. Anyway, so here's her at Roverfest. Now you'll note nobody grinding on her, just her doing a lot of grinding on her own. putting on a show for the crowd like any hot, sexy piece of ass 20-year-old would. I can't blame her for that one bit. I was actually cheering her on, despite what everybody said, that I was telling her not to do anything. The only thing I yelled, don't take your top off, because I didn't want her to get kicked out of the competition that was getting ready to come up. I'm actually down off to the right there. You can't see me, but I'm actually standing next to Dieter, and I yelled at her, don't take your top off. And they made a whole big thing about it on the show. But like I was trying to tell her what to do. And no, I genuinely just didn't want her to get kicked out of the fucking competition. So I said, don't take your top off. But yes, Nugget Man, I stand correct, and you stand corrected. She did not grind on anyone. So there were no hands on her, no Vanilla Ice hands on her. Very different situation. And it's also about the reaction too. Like Alicia Keys seemed like there's that big picture. She's all smiling and into it and like leaning into it, like ooh. And he's got this Usher had that look on his face, like he's all up on her and grinding on her and shit. But anyway, so that's what a little much there. So stand corrected there. Overtime, huge mistake by Shanahan. Like I said, taking the ball, and then what an awesome. What a great. I was just excited we got more football. I was like, yes, football's not done yet. We got another half of another game. They even said it. They're like, we're gonna start over a new game. I was like, yes, we're starting over a new game. Hell yeah. And then the 49ers end up getting stopped. They kick a field goal. Chiefs come back. Patrick Mahomes does what Patrick Mahomes does. He starts running for it on fourth down. He gets that amazing run where that they'd already run once in the game. And he runs for the first down, and then he ends up running it again for this big long-ass run right up the middle. I thought he was going to blast through and score on that play, but he didn't. So pretty fucking amazing ending to that game. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and for a fantastic run. People are calling them the new dynasty, the new the new New England Patriots. So the people are saying there's a dynasty. Patrick Mahomes is only 28. They're saying he's going to be the next Tom Brady. We shall see. Has he had a significant injury yet? I don't remember, but I feel like they've been very lucky that they haven't been hit with that. So there's a lot of criticism going around on the internet about Tony Romo and his final call in the game. Jim Nantz, right when Mecole Hardman caught the touchdown from Patrick Mahomes to win the game, Jim Nantz yelled, "Jackpot, Kansas City," just a perfect thing. And then, technically at that moment, the announcers are supposed to stop talking, and then like they have a moment where you can hear the crowd cheering. The players are going, yeah, yeah, yeah. They get the close up of them. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah, yeah. Way to execute. That kind of stuff. And then the commentator will jump in. The color commentator jumps in with an analysis of the play. No. We got jackpot, Kansas City from Jim Nantz, and then immediately Tony Romo just goes into his analysis of the play. No little pause for the celebration, the crowd going crazy, nothing. Just him going into, here he goes, this was the Andy Reid special. We talked about he was saving all day. He's going to fake emotion. I'm not going to go on all day with it, but he just did this long-ass fucking thing right at the end of the game and kind of messed up the moment. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny because Mecole Hardman, he said he blacked out. If you were watching after the game, he said he actually blacked out and didn't remember even catching the ball or knowing that he scored a touchdown to win the Super Bowl. He blacked out after he caught the ball, which I thought was pretty cool. Patrick Mahomes had to actually come up to him and say, hey, dude, we just won the Super Bowl. What are you doing? Come celebrate, which is pretty cool. So seeing them all celebrating was great. I loved seeing, back to Taylor, I loved seeing Taylor down on the field with Kelsey. Big hugs, big kiss, lots of smiles, all that good stuff. It was fantastic. Patrick Mahomes got the MVP, and he had his family up there with him. I saw Travis was up on the thing, and I was expecting to see Taylor up on the thing. But instead, I saw Brittany Mahomes. not Taylor Swift. Oh no, that not work? But in the past, I would have been like, oh, Brittany Mahomes. But I think Brittany Mahomes might have made a fan out of me. If you guys haven't had a chance to see her Sports Illustrated shoot, here's a little shot of it. I don't think I could play the audio. I don't know what the audio is. I think it's a song. But here is Brittany Mahomes doing her Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. And I got to tell you, I've never been a big fan of Brittany Mahomes until now. That's a pretty hot shot right there. That one where she was just kind of sitting right there. Booty looks pretty damn good right there. Seems like a fun girl in good shape. Got nice curves. I like a girl with a good set of shoulders. She's got some good shoulders on her. Yeah, good for Brittany Mahomes. Again, was never really a big fan of hers till I saw this. Now, huge fan of hers. She wants to stand behind Patrick Mahomes on the stage when he wins. Good for her. Stand wherever the fuck you want. Just next time, do it in a bikini for us, okay? Good for her. And good for Patrick Mahomes. Shit, really, I'd be honest with you. Real quick, before we wrap things up, I got a couple of videos of the Chiefs. You know what, actually, I don't feel like showing the Chiefs celebrating. Oh, I'll show one video just to bother you guys one more time. I will show you guys Travis and Taylor at the after party singing Love Story to each other. What a day. What a night. Wow. Absolutely magical. Look at these two. Singing it up, singing Love Story to each other. I think they even sang another song. They were singing her songs to each other. That's some sweet shit right there. That's love. And you guys say this is all fake. Look at that. Look at that beautiful little kiss. I love the guy in the background. Just two guys totally disgusted with the girls all smiling. Every dude in the background just completely disgusted by the whole fucking thing. Oh, man. Maybe I am a chick, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I am just, maybe I just should lop it off at this point and just start talking like this. All right. I have one last video to wrap things up with. And, oh, wait, where'd it go? No, don't tell me it didn't save. Oh, you know what? I think it went to... Where'd it go? Oh, no. This was my ender. This was the end of the show, and I lost it. Hold on. I'll have it in 2 seconds. It's worth it. It's worth it. Here we go. Give me a sec. Copy. Download this thing. Here we go. Why did this not download before? Hold on one sec. Stay with me. Hold, please. All right. Real quick. Get this one in here. This right here. Close this. And then we will end on this one. Charlie Reck asked me, Dom, are you a Swiftie? Dom, are you a Swiftie? Yes, I am a Swiftie. I'm a little bit of a poser Swiftie. I'm not the best Swiftie. Why is this not working? God damn it. This video will not download for some reason. Son of a bitch. Anyway, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just play it right from the gram. I owe Pat Wooey a big thank you for this one. He is the man for sending me this. This came from the academics. They posted this on Instagram about a couple days ago. I never got around to playing it, but I thought I can't think of a better way to end after I suck off Taylor Swift for an hour. Let's suck off my other favorite. Here she is, the Stallion, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit, the Stallion just fucking bringing the fucking heat, drinking, what's that, some Cavassier, just bringing a little bit of torquage. A little Hennessy, there we go. Just drinking Hennessy with the straw right out of the bottle. Twerking. Thank you to the academics for sending this, putting this out. Greatly appreciate it. And you're welcome to all of you, in case you guys don't follow it. And a big thank you to Pat Wooey for hooking me up with that video. So you guys know how much I love Megan Thee Stallion. I'm a big fan of the Stallion, and there's major reason why right there. So see, you guys made me play that B1 video. Now I got myself all horned up. Thanks a lot. Looks like it's gonna be a fleshlight night. Hell yeah. And Creepy Michelle says the Stallion is perfect. I agree. All right. Oh, and Michael K says, you'd have to look it up, but back in 2017, didn't Usher get sued by a bunch of chicks for giving them the herp? Allegedly, I believe he did do that. I don't know exactly what the story is officially, but I did bring that up to B1. I did say, now again, this is all allegations. We don't know if it's true, but I did say to B1, remember that time Usher gave all those girls herpes? I said this to my girl in the house. I'm not saying that it's true. I don't know that it's true. These are allegations from back in the day. I don't know what about this guy has or doesn't have. He could be clean as a whistle for all I know. I just know these were allegations that came out at one point in time. So we had some fun with it. So, and Charlie Rex says, yo, yeah, go Megan. More Stallion, less T Swift. Well, trust me, the more Stallion I can get, the better. If I had to pick between two, well, I wouldn't kick either of them out of bed. But if I had to pick, I think I might go with the Stallion. That's a lot of woman, though. Tell you what, that is a lot of woman. I think I can handle her, but that is definitely a lot of woman. Might get handled by her. So, all right, guys. That is going to wrap things up for us tonight here on another Dumb Show. I want to thank you guys all for streaming with me tonight. You know how good it feels to have you guys streaming on my tube. It feels so good. It feels so right. Hit that thumbs up for me. Take your thumb out of your ass, put it on your phone, and smear some shit on there, but just do it on the thumbs up part. That way it'll just maybe hit it a few times. So I would greatly appreciate it if you'd hit the thumbs up if you're watching live. Those of you who are not watching live, hit the thumbs up for me too. I would greatly appreciate it. And then a reminder to you guys who are not watching live to please make sure you put your comments on the video, share the videos, all that good stuff. That is the way we will help keep that is the best way to help another Dumb Show grow, is to have you guys like and comment on all the videos and share them and all that good stuff. So make sure you are doing all of that for me. So thanks again to everybody who donated this evening. I greatly appreciate it. Another Dumb Show wouldn't run without all of the fan funding. So, hey, Cal, get away from the camera. So that's going to wrap it up. Thanks again to all of you guys who donated. I greatly appreciate it. We'll be back live tomorrow night at 7. I'll try not to be late tomorrow. Now that I'm fucking this fucking camera, it's so fucking frustrating. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you so much. Thanks again for coming tonight, watching tonight. Hopefully somebody gets to come tonight. Hopefully somebody does. This guy. Anyway, I'm out of here. See ya.